Welcome to Beyond Origins, another episode where we journey through time, space, and the wonders of our universe. I'm your guide on this adventure, and today we're doing something a little different. We're turning our gaze back to Earth, to the people, the stories, and the traditions that have shaped humanity itself. Across the vast stretches of this planet, there are thousands of unique ways of life, each with its own language, customs, beliefs, and history. From the soaring temples of ancient civilizations to the sacred chants of indigenous tribes, the world is a beautiful patchwork of cultures, each carrying its own wisdom and mysteries. In this episode, we'll be exploring 20 different cultures from around the world. Some you might know, others you might never have heard of. But each one is a living testament to human creativity, resilience, and connection to the universe. Over the next few minutes, we'll travel across continents, from the dense jungles of the Amazon to the icy plains of Siberia, from the mystic deserts of the Middle East to the ancient cities of Europe. We'll uncover fascinating rituals, ancient traditions, and the remarkable ways in which people lived in harmony with their environment, history, and the unseen forces they believe govern the cosmos. So whether you're here to discover something new, reconnect with your roots, or simply marvel at the beauty of our shared human story, you're in the right place. Let's begin our journey through the incredible cultures of the world, right here, right now. Our journey begins in the land of the sun god, the cradle of ancient magic, monumental tombs, and one of the earliest known civilizations in human history. Welcome to ancient Egypt. Located in northeastern Africa, Egypt thrived along the banks of the Nile River. This mighty waterway wasn't just a source of water, it was the lifeblood of the civilization. Every year, its floods would replenish the soil, making farming possible in an otherwise arid desert. Ancient Egyptian society was highly structured. At the top was the pharaoh, not just a ruler, but considered a living god, the direct link between the heavens and the earth. Below him were priests, nobles, soldiers, and scribes, followed by craftsmen, farmers, and finally, slaves and servants. The Egyptians believed in a vast pantheon of gods and goddesses, each overseeing aspects of life and nature. Ra, the sun god, was supreme, sailing across the sky each day in his solar boat and battling darkness each night. Anubis, with his jackal head, guided the dead to the afterlife. Isis, mother goddess, represented magic, healing, and protection. To the Egyptians, death wasn't an end, it was a doorway. They believed that after death, the soul would face a trial, the heart weighed against the feather of Ma'at, goddess of truth. A balanced heart meant eternal life in the field of reeds, their version of paradise. Perhaps their most iconic legacy are the monumental stone structures that still stand today. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu, was the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years. These pyramids were tombs, designed to honor the pharaohs and secure their passage to the afterlife. Contrary to popular belief, these monuments weren't built by slaves, but by well-fed, respected laborers and craftsmen, many of whom worked seasonally during the Nile floods when farming was impossible. The Egyptians developed a complex writing system called hieroglyphics, over 700 pictorial symbols representing sounds, ideas, and objects. They etched these onto temple walls, tombs, papyrus scrolls, and artifacts to record prayers, spells, and royal decrees. It wasn't until the discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1709 that modern scholars unlocked the key to translating this ancient script, revealing invaluable insights into Egyptian life. Life for ordinary Egyptians revolved around the Nile. Farmers grew wheat, barley, and flax, while fishermen worked its waters. Bread and beer were staple foods, flavored with dates and honey. Women often ran households, while children played with toys made of wood and clay. Music and dance were essential parts of celebrations, religious ceremonies, and festivals, often accompanied by instruments like harps, flutes, and drums. To the Egyptians, the universe was a carefully balanced order, maintained by the gods. The sun's daily journey symbolized life's cycle. The stars, mapped meticulously, were seen as divine beings, and some pharaohs believed they too would join them after death. Some scholars, as we continue our journey through the world's great cultures, We leave the ancient deserts of Egypt and set sail across the vast, endless blue to the scattered islands of the Pacific, where the people don't just live by the sea, they live with it. Welcome to Polynesia. Polynesia isn't a single country. It's a massive region of over 1,000 islands spread across the largest ocean on Earth. This vast area forms what's known as the Polynesian Triangle, stretching from Hawaii in the north to New Zealand, Aotearoa, in the southwest, and Easter Island, Rapa Nui, in the southeast. Polynesians were legendary navigators. Long before compasses or maps, they voyaged thousands of miles of open sea in sturdy, double-hulled canoes. But how did they find their way? By reading the stars, observing wave patterns, watching seabird flight paths, and even studying cloud formations in the color of the water. They used something called a star compass, memorizing where key stars rose and set on the horizon. Master navigators, known as wayfinders, passed this knowledge orally through generations, often using chants and stories to remember critical routes. Polynesian spirituality was deeply connected to nature. They believed that every stone, tree, fish, and wave carried a spiritual force known as mana, a powerful energy that could bless or curse a person, a land, or an object. Ancestors held a sacred place in their belief system, believed to watch over their descendants and influence the living world. Great chiefs and warriors were said to ascend to the stars, becoming guiding spirits for future voyagers. Polynesian culture is a feast for the senses. Their chants and dances weren't just entertainment, they were how history was preserved. With no written language until recent centuries, knowledge was passed down through oral tradition. Epic poems, songs, and dances recounting genealogies, battles, migrations, and cosmic events. The haka of the Maori in New Zealand and the hula of Hawaii are two famous examples, powerful expressions of identity, strength, and storytelling. Perhaps the most mysterious remnants of Polynesian ingenuity are the moai statues of Rapa Nui, Easter Island. These massive stone figures, some weighing over 80 tons, were carved and transported across the island centuries ago. To this day, scholars debate exactly how the islanders achieved this feat with primitive tools and no beasts of burden. According to island legend, the statues embody the spirits of great ancestors, watching over their descendants and protecting the land. For Polynesians, the environment isn't just a resource, it's family. They view themselves as caretakers of the land and sea, with a sacred duty to live in balance with nature. Even their myths describe islands born from gods and canoes as living beings. The stars were more than lights in the sky. They were companions, ancestors, and guides across the vast unknown. The Milky Way was known as the Great Shark, while certain star clusters in the icy wilderness of northern Europe, where the land glows under the midnight sun and auroras dance across the sky, live a people as enduring as the frostbitten earth itself. Welcome to the world of the Sami. The Sami are the indigenous people of Sapmi, an ancestral region spanning Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia's Kola Peninsula. They are one of Europe's oldest surviving cultures, believed to have inhabited this land for over 9,000 years. For centuries, the Sami have lived in harmony with nature, most famously through reindeer herding. These majestic animals provide food, clothing, transport, and income. Reindeer are not just livestock, they're sacred companions, deeply woven into Sami identity. Today, about 10% of Sami people are still active in reindeer herding, passing the knowledge down through generations. Traditional Sami homes include the lavu, a portable tent resembling a Native American teepee, designed for nomadic herders moving with their reindeer. Built from wooden poles and reindeer hides, lavas could be dismantled and rebuilt with the changing seasons. Today, many Sami live in modern homes, but the lavu remains a powerful symbol of heritage and survival in the Arctic. The gakti is traditional Sami clothing, colorful, intricate garments indicating a person's home region, family, marital status, and profession. It's usually made from wool, leather, and reindeer fur, adorned with beautiful embroidery, pewter thread, and silver brooches. The colors, typically red, blue, green, and yellow, have deep cultural significance, linking individuals to their ancestors and homelands. Central to Sami culture is the joik, one of the oldest forms of vocal music in Europe. A joik isn't sung about something, it's sung as something. A person, animal, or landscape is evoked through melody and rhythm, capturing its spirit. Joiks are passed from elders to youth, preserving history, legends, and emotion in sound. Before Christianity arrived, the Sami followed an animistic and shamanistic faith. They believed spirits resided in animals, rocks, rivers, and sacred mountains. Shamans, called Noadi, acted as healers, seers, and intermediaries between the human and spirit worlds. Sacred drums, marked with symbols of nature and deities, guided the Noadi in trances and healing rituals. The Sami endured centuries of discrimination, forced assimilation, and cultural erasure by Scandinavian governments, forbidden to speak their language or practice traditions. In recent decades, a remarkable cultural revival has taken root. Sami parliaments now exist in Norway, Sweden, and Finland, protecting indigenous rights and heritage. Today, around 80,000 Sami people live across the Nordic countries and Russia, blending ancient customs with modern life. Many work as artists, teachers, scientists, and activists, fighting to protect their lands and language in a fast-changing world. Their resilience keeps the spirit of Sapmi alive, a powerful reminder of our planet's indigenous heartbeat. Next time, we'll head to the dense, misty jungles of South America to meet the Yanomami people, guardians of the Amazon. Stay curious. Deep within the beating heart of the Amazon rainforest, where emerald canopies stretch endlessly to the horizon and rivers weave like ancient veins, lives a tribe older than recorded history. Welcome to the world of the Yanomami. The Yanomami are one of the largest and most isolated indigenous groups in South America, numbering around 38,000 people, inhabiting the dense tropical forests and river valleys along the Brazil-Venezuela border. Their name means human beings in their own language, reflecting their belief in the sanctity and equality of all life. Yanomami communities live in shabonos, large circular communal dwellings made from palm leaves and wood, housing entire villages of up to 400 people under one expansive roof. The inner area is open to the sky, with family units organized around its edges. Life here is deeply communal. Everything from meals to ceremonies is shared. The Yanomami are hunter-gatherers and horticulturalists, relying on the jungle for survival. Men hunt monkeys, tapirs, peccaries, and birds, while women gather wild fruits, nuts, and roots and tend small gardens called bananas, where plantains, manioc, and medicinal plants grow. Children learn these skills from an early age, understanding the forest's cycles, dangers, and blessings. For the Yanomami, the forest is alive with spirits. Every tree, river, and animal has a soul. The tribe's spiritual life is guided by shamans who use sacred chants, songs, and hallucinogenic snuff called yakuana to communicate with the spirit world. Through trance states, shamans heal the sick, predict hunts, and ward off malevolent spirits known as hikura. Yanomami people adorn their bodies with paint made from crushed seeds and charcoal, symbolizing beauty, health, or spiritual protection. Feathered ornaments, beads, and plant fiber jewelry decorate their hair, ears, and necks. During festivals and rituals, these decorations become even more elaborate, transforming participants into living art. Yanomami society is organized into village alliances and family lineages. While kinship and mutual respect hold communities together, conflicts can arise over hunting grounds, marriages, or ancient rivalries. In the past, disputes were sometimes resolved through ritual combat or duels using ceremonial clubs and arrows, though modern times have seen a decline in inter-village warfare. The greatest threat to the Yanomami today comes not from ancient enemies but from modern greed. Illegal gold mining, deforestation, and disease have devastated their land and health, bringing violence and mercury poisoning to rivers and people alike. Courageous Yanomami leaders, like Davi Kopanawa Yanomami, fight tirelessly to protect their people, traditions, and sacred forest, calling on the world to defend indigenous rights. While holding tight to their spiritual and cultural roots, some Yanomami communities cautiously embrace aspects of modernity, integrating education, healthcare, and advocacy into their world, always on their own terms. They remain, as they have for millennia, the guardians of one of Earth's last great wildernesses. Next time we journey to the sun-baked deserts of Africa to meet the Himba people, famed for their striking red ochre skin and nomadic cattle herding traditions. Until then, stay curious. Across the open plains of East Africa, where lions roam and the horizon seems endless, a people stand tall, guardians of ancient tradition, fearless warriors, and keepers of the land. Welcome to the world of the Maasai. The Maasai live in the East African Rift Valley, where arid grasslands, volcanic mountains, and wildlife-rich savannas shape their daily lives. Today, their communities are found mostly in southern Kenya and northern Tanzania. For the Maasai, cattle are life. They provide milk, meat, blood, and hides. Cattle are a symbol of wealth, status, and spiritual connection to the divine. Traditionally, a Maasai man's wealth is measured by the number of cows he owns and the size of his family. The Maasai diet has historically consisted of milk, meat, and blood, taken directly from living cows during rituals and mixed with milk for nourishment. Maasai communities live in enkongs, circular homesteads built by women using mud, sticks, grass, and cow dung. These huts are designed to protect families and livestock from wild animals. Each enkang houses several families, with cattle kept in a central enclosure at night. For the Maasai, security and community go hand in hand. Maasai men traditionally wear bright shukas, often red, believed to scare away lions, while women adorn themselves with vibrant beaded necklaces, earrings, and headdresses. Jewelry isn't just decoration, but a sign of age, marital status, and social standing. Every color in Maasai beadwork holds meaning: red for bravery, blue for the sky, white for purity, and green for the land. The Maasai are famous for their warrior culture. Young men, called Morans, undergo a rigorous initiation at puberty, marking their passage to adulthood. This includes circumcision, seclusion, and warrior training. During ceremonies, Morans perform the Adumu, a contest of strength and endurance where they leap straight into the air without bending their knees, a display of courage, stamina, and potential for leadership. The Maasai believe in one supreme god, Enkai or Engai, a dual-natured deity representing both benevolence and wrath. Enkai controls rain, fertility, and the prosperity of cattle. Nature is sacred to the Maasai. Sacred trees, mountains, and lakes are places of worship and connection to ancestors. Maasai culture is preserved through oral tradition. Elders pass down stories, songs, riddles, and proverbs, teaching morals, history, and survival skills. Every tale weaves a connection to their land, animals, and ancestors. Without modern clinics in remote areas, the Maasai rely on traditional herbal medicine. Healers, known as laibans, treat ailments using barks, roots, and leaves, a practice refined over generations. Music is a heartbeat of Maasai life. Songs mark births, marriages, warrior victories, and funerals. Their chants, often performed in call and response, echo across the plains, connecting the community in voice and spirit. Today, the Maasai face challenges: land disputes, climate change, and pressure to abandon traditional customs. Yet many have adapted, balancing modern education and jobs with the old ways. Conservation efforts have also seen the Maasai work as park rangers and guides, preserving both wildlife and their heritage. The Maasai people remind us of humanity's deep bond with land, livestock, and tradition, a vibrant culture enduring in the face of modernity. Next, we journey to the frozen north to meet the Sami people, reindeer herders of the Arctic Circle. Stay with us. As dawn breaks over the jagged peaks of South America, stone walls whisper ancient secrets, and the clouds part to reveal a city frozen in time. Welcome to the world of the Inca, masters of the Andes, children of the sun. At their height in the 15th century, the Inca Empire, or Tawantinsuyu, meaning the four regions, stretched over 2,500 miles, making it the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. It spanned mountains, deserts, rainforests, and valleys, home to an estimated 10 million people. The Inca believed the world was alive with spirits called huacas, sacred places and objects with supernatural powers. Their chief deity was Inti, the sun god, whom they believed gave life to all things. Every year, the Inti Raymi festival celebrated the winter solstice with music, dances, and animal sacrifices, ensuring good harvests in the favor of Inti. They believed in an afterlife. The dead were mummified, dressed in fine clothes, and seated in the fetal position, often brought out for ceremonies and even consulted on important matters. In a land of impossible geography, the Inca achieved architectural brilliance. Cities like Cusco, the empire's capital, and Machu Picchu, the mysterious mountain citadel, were built with stones so precisely cut and fitted, no mortar was needed. These stones still withstand earthquakes that topple modern buildings. The Incas built over 24,000 miles of roads and suspension bridges made of woven grass, connecting their empire from the Pacific coast to the Amazon jungle. At regular intervals, tampas, rest stations, provided shelter and supplies. Without a written language, the Inca developed a genius system of communication. The Chasquis, agile, trained messengers who relayed information along relay stations by running. Messages were encoded in quipas, knotted strings recording numbers and information about food supplies, census data, and military plans. Quipas could be read by trained officials, preserving history, trade, and administration across the empire. Farming in the Andes was a triumph of innovation. The Inca built agricultural terraces into mountainsides, preventing soil erosion and capturing water. They domesticated llamas and alpacas for transport and wool, and cultivated over 3,000 types of potatoes, along with maize, quinoa, and beans. Ingenious irrigation systems fed farms in some of the driest and highest terrains on Earth. The empire expanded through diplomacy and warfare. Provinces often joined willingly in exchange for protection and trade. Those who resisted met the disciplined Inca military, known for its tactical formations, fortified outposts, and devastating slingshots capable of killing at 100 yards. Music, poetry, and dance were central to Inca life. Instruments like quenas, flutes, panpipes, and drums accompanied festivals and rituals. Songs told stories of creation, conquest, and harvest. Textiles were more than clothing. They were status symbols, offerings to the gods, and essential diplomatic gifts. The finest weavers were called ekala, chosen as virgins of the sun to serve in temples and weave sacred garments. Though the empire fell to Spanish conquest in the 1530s, the spirit of the Inca endures. Today, descendants preserve ancient crafts, languages like Quechua, and traditions that honor both their ancestors and the sun that still warms the peaks of the Andes. From the sun-soaked terraces of Machu Picchu to the mountain roads where Chasqui once ran, the Inca remind us of humanity's resilience, ingenuity, and harmony with nature. Next, we set our sights on the Maasai of East Africa, famed for their red robes, fearless warriors, and deeply spiritual connection to the land. Stay with us. In the sun-scorched savannas of northern Namibia, where the earth glows red beneath a cobalt sky, lives a proud and resilient people whose timeless traditions have defied centuries of change. Welcome to the world of the Himba. The Himba are an indigenous, semi-nomadic tribe numbering around 50,000 people. They inhabit the Kunene region of Namibia, where life is defined by harsh deserts, scarce water, and the ever-present bond between people, land, and cattle. Known for their distinctive appearance and rich culture, the Himba have become icons of African heritage. Himba villages, or kraals, are small clusters of clay and stick huts arranged in a circle around a sacred ancestral fire, symbolizing the spiritual connection between the living and the dead. Daily life revolves around cattle herding, millet farming, and family rituals. Cattle are more than livestock. They represent wealth, social status, and spiritual currency. Perhaps the Himba's most striking feature is their skin and hair, coated in a paste called ojazi, a blend of butterfat, aromatic herbs, and red ochre. This not only beautifies and protects against the sun, but also carries deep cultural meaning. Hairstyles indicate a person's age, marital status, and social rank. Young girls wear twin plaits over their faces, while married women craft elaborate locks resembling horns or crowns. Men shave parts of their heads based on life stages, though their appearance is typically less adorned than the women. The Okuruwo, or sacred fire, is the heart of Himba spiritual life, linking each family to their ancestors. The fire never dies, and each morning, prayers and offerings are made to guide the spirits. The Himba believe in Mukuru, the creator god, and a host of ancestral spirits who influence daily fortune, fertility, and health. In a landscape where farming is tough, the Himba rely heavily on livestock and hardy crops like millet and maize. Milk is a dietary staple, enjoyed fresh, fermented, or churned into butter. Meat is reserved for special occasions, weddings, births, or funerals. Food is both sustenance and social glue. Jewelry tells personal stories. Cowrie shells indicate fertility, iron bracelets show wealth, and leather amulets protect against evil spirits. Each item holds meaning, passed from generation to generation, binding the past with the present. Himba society is patriarchal, led by male elders who resolve disputes, arrange marriages, and manage herds. However, women wield immense influence, controlling domestic life, child-rearing, and spiritual rituals. The balance of labor and respect defines their communal strength. In recent decades, the Himba have faced pressures from modernization, tourism, land disputes, and climate change. Yet remarkably, they continue to safeguard their traditions, negotiating the future while honoring their ancient ways. In a world rushing forward, the Himba remind us of the enduring power of identity, resilience, and the sacred bond between people and the land. Across the lush, wild landscapes of Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud, live a people whose ancient chants, fierce dances, and enduring traditions have weathered centuries of challenge. Welcome to the world of the Maori. The Maori are the indigenous Polynesian people of New Zealand, believed to have arrived by great seafaring canoes, or waka, from eastern Polynesia around the 13th century CE. Today, about 850,000 Maori live in New Zealand, preserving a rich cultural tapestry of legends, language, and communal traditions. At the heart of every Maori community is the marae, a sacred communal space where ceremonies, meetings, and funerals unfold beneath the watchful gaze of ancestral carvings. It's here that the whānau, or extended family, gathers, reinforcing a deep sense of belonging and identity that transcends generations. Perhaps one of the most striking symbols of Maori culture is tamoko, traditional tattooing. Far beyond decoration, each moko tells a life story, achievements, ancestry, and social standing. Historically, these markings were carved into the skin using sharp chisels, creating textured grooves rather than flat designs. Maori cosmology is a rich world of bayans, spirits, and heroes. Central to their beliefs is the story of Maui, the demigod who fished up the North Island from the depths of the ocean. Natural elements, mountains, rivers, forests, and the ocean, are considered living ancestors, woven into everyday life through ritual and oral storytelling. The Maori's traditional feast, the hangi, is both a culinary art and communal ritual. Food is cooked in a pit lined with hot stones, covered with wet cloth and earth, and left to steam for hours. A hangi isn't just a meal, it's an expression of unity, celebration, and the timeless bond between people and the land. The haka is one of the world's most iconic cultural displays, a ceremonial dance performed with thunderous stomps, guttural chants, and fierce facial expressions. Once a pre-battle war dance to intimidate enemies and invoke ancestral spirits, today haka are performed at weddings, funerals, sports events, and protest, a living pulse of Maori pride. Maori art is a language of symbols. Every Waranui meeting house is adorned with elaborate carvings representing tribal ancestors and mythic heroes. Weaving, or raranga, creates beautiful yet functional items: cloaks for warriors, baskets for harvest, and mats for ritual spaces. After centuries of colonization, land loss, and cultural suppression, the Maori people have fought fiercely for their rights, language, and traditions. Today, a vibrant revival is underway, from language immersion schools to political activism, ensuring Maori identity not only survives but thrives in the modern world. In a land where ancient legends meet modern challenges, the Maori remind us of the enduring power of heritage, resilience, and unity. In a land where the sun disappears for months and the earth lies frozen in silence, a resilient people have not only survived, but thrived for millennia. Welcome to the world of the Inuit. The Inuit are an indigenous people of the Arctic regions of Canada, Greenland, and Alaska. Numbering around 150,000 today, they have called these harsh landscapes home for over 4,000 years. Life in the Arctic is defined by extremes. Winters plunge to 50 degrees Celsius, and darkness can last up to 4 months. Yet, the Inuit forged a culture deeply attuned to nature's rhythms. Historically, the Inuit were semi-nomadic hunters, relying on the seal, caribou, whale, and fish for food, tools, and clothing. Their ingenious igloos, built from snow blocks, provided surprisingly warm, insulated shelter. The Inuit world was, and remains, animated by powerful spirits of the land, sea, and sky. Central to their mythology is Sedna, the goddess of the sea, who controls the bounty of marine animals. If disrespected, she withholds food from hunters. Shamans, or Angakuk, served as spiritual intermediaries, healers, and negotiators with the spirit world. They performed rituals to restore harmony when illness, famine, or misfortune struck. The Inuit mastered the art of survival in the most inhospitable environments. They invented the kayak, a sleek, waterproof boat, and the umiak, a larger open vessel for transporting families and supplies. Dog sleds, or kamutik, pulled by hardy Inuit sled dogs, enabled long-distance travel and hunting expeditions. Tools crafted from bone, ivory, and stone became not just implements of survival, but works of art, engraved with ancestral symbols and hunting scenes. The Inuit diet relied heavily on protein and fat to withstand brutal cold, including raw fish, quack, seal blubber, and caribou. Fermented meats and fish, known as aigunak, were preserved in permafrost for months. Inuit clothing was meticulously tailored from caribou, seal, and polar bear skins. Double-layered parkas, waterproof boots, and snow goggles, primitive sunglasses, protected against cold, wet, and blinding sunlight. Art and performance are woven into Inuit identity. Drum dancing and throat singing, katajuk, a mesmerizing vocal duel between two women, are cherished cultural expressions. Their renowned soapstone carvings depicting wildlife and ancestral figures embody a profound respect for the natural and spiritual worlds. Games tested strength, agility, and stamina, essential survival traits passed through generations in playful contests. Today, the Inuit navigate modernity while preserving tradition. Climate change, resource extraction, and cultural displacement threaten their way of life. Yet, resilience endures. Communities are reclaiming their language, Inuktitut, reviving ceremonies, and celebrating identity through contemporary art, film, and storytelling. In a land of ice and spirit, the Inuit continue to honor ancient wisdom while forging a future in balance with the shifting Arctic world. In one of the coldest, most remote corners of the world, where winter lasts most of the year and vast forests stretch as far as the eye can see, lives a people whose entire world moves with the reindeer. This is the story of the Evenki. The Evenki are a traditionally nomadic indigenous people of Siberia, with populations spread across Russia, Mongolia, and China. Numbering around 38,000 people in Russia alone, they are one of the region's most resilient and culturally distinct communities. For centuries, the Evenki have relied on reindeer herding as the cornerstone of their survival. These animals aren't just livestock, they are transportation, food, clothing, and spiritual companions. Evenki herders move with the seasons, living in portable, cone-shaped tents called chum, similar to Native American teepees, made from reindeer hides and birch poles. A fire in the heart of the chum keeps the bitter Siberian cold at bay, while families share stories and songs passed down through generations. The Evenki view nature as alive and interconnected, practicing animism, the belief that trees, rivers, mountains, and animals possess spirits. Shamans act as healers, spiritual guides, and intermediaries between the human world and the realm of spirits. Using trance-inducing drumming, they communicate with ancestors and nature spirits to heal the sick, protect the herd, and foresee dangers. While reindeer are central to life, the Evenki also depend on hunting and fishing for survival. Elk, rabbits, ptarmigans, and fish are hunted using traditional bows, traps, and spears. Summer brings short bursts of greenery when families gather berries, mushrooms, and medicinal herbs, preserving the bounty for the long, harsh winters. The Evenki language, a member of the Tungusic language family, is an endangered treasure spoken by fewer than 10,000 people today. Oral tradition plays a vital role in preserving Evenki identity. Epic tales of animal spirits, brave hunters, and mythic battles with nature's forces are passed down from elders to the young by campfire light. Traditional Evenki clothing is crafted for survival and beauty. Tunics, trousers, and boots are made from reindeer hide and trimmed with fur, decorated with colorful beadwork and embroidered patterns representing natural elements and clan symbols. Skilled artisans transform antlers, bones, and wood into intricate carvings, tools, ornaments, and sacred charms meant to protect against misfortune. Like many indigenous groups, the Evenki face modern challenges: industrial deforestation, mining projects, and the spread of Russian culture threaten their traditional lands and way of life. Yet, a powerful resurgence is underway. From cultural festivals to language revitalization programs, the Evenki are fighting to preserve their heritage while adapting to the modern world. In the endless wilderness of Siberia, the Evenki endure, living in harmony with the land, guided by ancestral wisdom, and reminding the world that resilience is written in the snow, the stars, and the human spirit. On the parched plateaus of West Africa, amid steep cliffs and dusty plains, lives a culture steeped in cosmic mystery and ancient wisdom. Welcome to the world of the Dogon people, a civilization whose myths reach beyond the stars. The Dogon are an indigenous ethnic group primarily found in the rocky cliffs of Bandiagara in Mali, West Africa. With a population of around 600,000 people, they are renowned for their unique cosmology, elaborate rituals, and resilient spirit. For centuries, the Dogon made their homes in mud brick dwellings built into the towering cliffs of the Bandiagara escarpment, a natural fortress protecting them from invaders and harsh desert winds. Distinctive granaries, topped with pointed thatched roofs, store millet, the community's lifeblood, while sacred caves hold the bones of ancestors and ceremonial artifacts. The Dogon are famed for their advanced astronomical knowledge, particularly of the Sirius star system. Long before modern telescopes, Dogon elders spoke of Sirius B, an invisible, dense companion star to Sirius, information allegedly only verified by Western science in the 20th century. According to Dogon mythology, the Namo, amphibious celestial beings, descended from Sirius to impart wisdom and teach the Dogon about the universe's origins. Ritual plays a central role in Dogon life. One of their most sacred ceremonies, the Dhamma, is a collective rite of passage to honor the dead, guide their spirits to the afterlife, and maintain cosmic balance. Men wear intricate masks, each representing spirits, animals, or cosmic entities. The towering Siraj mask can reach over 5 meters tall, symbolizing the connection between earth and sky. Dogon cosmology begins with Amma, the supreme god, who created the universe by stirring chaos into order. The Namo, his first creations, came to Earth to establish harmony, teach metalworking, agriculture, and the cycles of the cosmos. Water, snakes, and twins hold sacred significance, all representing duality, life's origins, and the balance of nature. The Dogon are skilled artisans, crafting expressive wooden statues, intricately carved doors, and ceremonial stools. Their art reflects spiritual beliefs depicting ancestors, fertility, and cosmic figures. Iron forging, pottery, weaving, and agriculture remain core to Dogon life, sustaining the community through craftsmanship and collective labor. Today, the Dogon face threats from desertification, political instability, and the erosion of traditional customs by modern influences. Yet, cultural revival efforts are underway. Festivals, tourism programs, and cultural schools seek to preserve the Dogon's extraordinary heritage for future generations. High upon the Bandiagara cliffs, the Dogon continue to honor ancient gods and gaze at the same stars their ancestors mapped millennia ago, guardians of a cosmic legacy written in stone and sky. Chinese civilization began in the fertile plains of the Yellow River, often called the cradle of Chinese civilization. From the legendary Xia dynasty to the Shang and Zhou, early Chinese societies built complex systems of governance, writing, and rituals. These dynasties believed in the mandate of heaven, the divine right to rule, an idea that would echo through thousands of years. Few cultures have shaped human thought like China. Around the 6th century BCE, three pillars emerged: Confucianism, Taoism, and later Buddhism. Confucius taught about duty, family, and moral order, guiding emperors and educators for centuries. Laozi, the father of Taoism, taught that harmony with nature and the Tao, the way, brings true peace. Buddhism arrived from India, blending with native beliefs into uniquely Chinese schools like Chan, which would later become Zen in Japan. Together, they created a worldview balancing order, spirit, and the cosmos. Long before the Renaissance in Europe, China was inventing tools that reshaped civilization. Paper and printing, revolutionizing knowledge. Gunpowder, later used in both celebration and war. The compass, helping explorers navigate the seas. Silk, once traded along the famous Silk Road, captivated emperors and merchants from Rome to Persia. Even traditional Chinese medicine, with its acupuncture, herbs, and qi, is practiced globally today. Chinese culture is deeply visual and expressive. Calligraphy is not just writing, it's a meditative art. Peking opera blends drama, martial arts, music, and symbolism. Cuisine is vast and regional. From the spicy heat of Sichuan to the dim sum of Guangdong, each dish is a balance of taste, texture, and philosophy. Festivals like the Lunar New Year and Mid-Autumn Festival honor ancestors, nature, and togetherness with lanterns, dumplings, and dragon dances. Today, China is a blend of old and new. Ancient temples stand beside megacities. Street vendors sell noodles under glowing neon lights. The country faces new challenges, balancing its ancient roots with rapid modernization. But one thing remains: Chinese culture is resilient, a story passed down through dynasties, invasions, revolutions, and renaissances, still alive in the hearts of over 1 billion people. In understanding Chinese culture, we glimpse a worldview where heaven and earth are connected, family is sacred, and history is always present. Join us in the next episode of Beyond Origins as we continue to explore the incredible cultures that shaped our world. In a land where ancient temples rise beside neon skyscrapers, where ritual and modernity walk hand in hand, lies a culture shaped by honor, nature, and resilience. Welcome to Japan. Located in the Pacific Ocean, Japan is an archipelago of 6,800 islands, though 4 make up the vast majority of its land and population. A civilization over 2,600 years old, Japan balances tradition with one of the world's most technologically advanced societies. At the heart of Japanese culture is a deep reverence for nature. The native Shinto religion believes that spirits, or kami, inhabit mountains, trees, rivers, and even objects. This reverence gave birth to sacred places like Isagran Shrine and the thousands of torii gates at Fushimi Inari. In the 6th century CE, Buddhism arrived from China and Korea, profoundly influencing Japan's spirituality and aesthetics, from Zen meditation to minimalist gardens. For centuries, Japan was ruled by samurai, elite warriors bound by the code of Bushido, the way of the warrior. Loyalty, discipline, honor, and death before dishonor were sacred tenets. Their legendary swords, the katana, were not just weapons but symbols of soul and status, crafted by master swordsmiths in painstaking rituals. Japanese aesthetics celebrate simplicity, impermanence, and natural beauty. The tea ceremony, or chanoyu, is a choreographed ritual symbolizing humility and mindfulness. Art forms like sumi-e, ink painting, bonsai, and haiku poetry distill nature and emotion into their purest, most elegant expressions. Japan's Matsuri festivals fill towns with color, food stalls, parades, and ceremonial dances. Some honor deities, others mark harvests or seasonal change. Japanese folklore teems with supernatural beings like yokai and oni, while traditional theater, no kabuki and bunraku puppetry, express timeless human stories through precise, stylized performance. Japanese cuisine embodies harmony of taste, color, and seasonality. From the refined multi-course kaiseki dinners to the humble ramen stalls, every dish balances flavor with aesthetic presentation. Street snacks like takoyaki, octopus balls, taiyaki, fish-shaped cakes, and yakitori, grilled chicken skewers, reflect the country's love for casual, communal eating. Today's Japan is a vibrant fusion of ancient rituals and cutting-edge innovation. It's home to global phenomena like anime, manga, and video games, alongside enduring tradition. In a land where the sun disappears for months and the earth lies frozen in silence, a resilient people have not only survived, but thrived for millennia. Welcome to the world of the Inuit. The Inuit are an indigenous people of the Arctic regions of Canada, Greenland, and Alaska. Numbering around 150,000 today, they have called these harsh landscapes home for over 4,000 years. Life in the Arctic is defined by extremes. Winters plunge to 50 degrees Celsius, and darkness can last up to 4 months. Yet the Inuit forged a culture deeply attuned to nature's rhythms. Historically, the Inuit were semi-nomadic hunters, relying on the seal, caribou, whale, and fish for food, tools, and clothing. Their ingenious igloos, built from snow blocks, provided surprisingly warm, insulated shelter. The Inuit world was, and remains, animated by powerful spirits of the land, sea, and sky. Central to their mythology is Sedna, the goddess of the sea, who controls the bounty of marine animals. If disrespected, she withholds food from hunters. Shamans, or Ingakuk, served as spiritual intermediaries, healers, and negotiators with the spirit world. They performed rituals to restore harmony when illness, famine, or misfortune struck. The Inuit mastered the art of survival in the most inhospitable environments. They invented the kayak, a sleek, waterproof boat, and the umiak, a larger open vessel for transporting families and supplies. Dog sleds, or kamutik, pulled by hardy Inuit sled dogs, enabled long-distance travel and hunting expeditions. Tools crafted from bone, ivory, and stone became not just implements of survival, but works of art, engraved with ancestral symbols and hunting scenes. The Inuit diet relied heavily on protein and fat to withstand brutal cold, including raw fish, quaiki, seal blubber, and caribou. Fermented meats and fish, known as igunak, were preserved in permafrost for months. Inuit clothing was meticulously tailored from caribou, seal, and polar bear skins. Double-layered parkas, waterproof boots, and snow goggles, primitive sunglasses, protected against cold, wet, and blinding sunlight. Art and performance are woven into Inuit identity. Drum dancing and throat singing, kata jak, a mesmerizing vocal duel between two women, are cherished cultural expressions. Their renowned soapstone carvings, depicting wildlife and ancestral figures, embody a profound respect for the natural and spiritual worlds. Games tested strength, agility, and stamina, essential survival traits passed through generations in playful contests. Today, the Inuit navigate modernity while preserving tradition. Climate change, resource extraction, and cultural displacement threaten their way of life. Yet resilience endures. Communities are reclaiming their language, Inuktitut, reviving ceremonies, and celebrating identity through contemporary art, film, and storytelling. In a land of ice and spirit, the Inuit continue to honor ancient wisdom while forging a future in balance with the shifting Arctic world. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Britain another ancient world. Welcome back to Beyond Origins, the series where we travel through time to uncover the soul of civilizations. Today, we journey to a land of gods and thinkers, warriors and poets, the birthplace of democracy and Western philosophy. This is Greek culture. In ancient times, the Greeks told stories of gods who lived on Mount Olympus, mighty beings like Zeus, Athena, and Poseidon. But these myths weren't just tales. They were the foundation of life. The Greeks believed that the divine shaped the human world, and through epic poems like the Iliad and the Odyssey, they passed on lessons of bravery, fate, and human weakness. Festivals like the Olympic Games began as sacred rituals to honor Zeus, later becoming a global symbol of competition and unity. Ancient Greece didn't just shape mythology, it shaped how we think. In Athens, the world's first democracy was born. Citizens gathered in assemblies, debated openly, and voted on laws, an idea that changed human governance forever. And then came the philosophers, Socrates, who asked uncomfortable questions and paid for truth with his life. Plato, who imagined a just society and wrote the Republic. Aristotle, who studied everything from ethics to biology and tutored Alexander the Great. Their ideas still echo in classrooms, politics, and daily life today. The Greeks believed in balance, order, and beauty, and this flowed through their architecture and art. The Parthenon was built to honor Athena, with perfect geometry and graceful columns. Sculptors like Phidias created lifelike statues that captured not just form, but emotion. Pottery told everyday stories of war, love, celebration, and tragedy. Greek aesthetics would later inspire Roman, Renaissance, and even modern art and architecture. From tragedy to comedy, the Greeks gave the world theater. Playwrights like Sophocles, Euripides, and Aristophanes explored themes of fate, war, pride, and love. Masks allowed actors to play multiple roles, and massive amphitheaters brought thousands together for collective storytelling. Greek drama wasn't just entertainment, it was philosophy on stage, reflecting the human condition. Today, Greek culture thrives in a modern world, proud of its past and alive in the present. Family is central, and hospitality is a sacred duty. Greek Orthodox Christianity dominates the spiritual landscape, with churches filled with incense and icons. Food brings people together. Moussaka, souvlaki, tzatziki, and fresh olives under the sun. And music, from ancient lyres to modern bouzouki, still stirs the soul. On every island and in every city, history breathes in the stones, in the language, and in the people. To know Greek culture is to see how beauty, thought, and myth shape civilization. Join us next time on Beyond Origins, as we travel to another culture that changed the course of human history. Welcome to Beyond Origins. In today's episode, we journey to the cultural crossroads of East and West, the land where empires rose, philosophies met, and traditions flourished. This is Turkey. Turkish culture began far from the minarets of Istanbul, in the steppes of Central Asia, where the early Turkic tribes lived as nomads. These people traveled with their herds, lived in yurts, and worshipped Tengri, the sky god. They were skilled horsemen, storytellers, and warriors, leaving behind runic scripts and legends still honored in modern Turkey. In the 11th century, the Seljuk Turks entered Anatolia and brought with them Islamic faith, Persian aesthetics, and Central Asian traditions. They built madrasas, mosques, and caravanserais for traveling merchants. Seljuk architecture featured symmetry, calligraphy, and intricate tile work that continues to inspire Turkish design today. The Ottoman Empire, which lasted over 600 years, transformed Turkish culture into a refined and complex civilization. With Istanbul, formerly Constantinople, as its capital, it became a global center of science, art, cuisine, music, and religion. Ottoman sultans were patrons of poetry and calligraphy. Palaces like Topkapi blended Islamic, Persian, and Byzantine aesthetics. They also codified Islamic law while embracing diversity. Turks, Greeks, Armenians, Jews, and Arabs lived side by side. Turkish cuisine is a celebration of empire, blending Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, Balkan, and Central Asian flavors. From kebabs and mezes to dolma and pide, every dish tells a story. And let's not forget baklava, made with delicate layers of pastry and syrup, or say, Turkish tea, served in tulip-shaped glasses, a daily ritual across the country. Turkish music weaves the soul of Anatolia. Traditional instruments like the saz, ney, and kanun carry melodies of longing and joy. Folk dances vary from region to region, from the energetic hale to the graceful zeybek. And then there are the whirling dervishes, followers of Rumi, whose spinning dance is both meditation and devotion. Turkish culture places immense value on family, hospitality, and respect for elders. Guests are always welcome with warmth, tea, and food. No one leaves a Turkish home hungry. Celebrations like bayram, weddings, and circumcision ceremonies are colorful, musical, and rooted in ancient tradition. Turkish people are known for their strong sense of community and pride in their heritage. Today, Turkey stands at the crossroads, where Europe meets Asia, where modernity meets tradition. Its people walk with one foot in ancient empires and the other in global modern life. Whether you're wandering through a bazaar or watching a Turkish drama, the spirit of centuries is always present, from the steppes of Asia to the palaces of sultans. From mystic poets to street food vendors, Turkey is a nation where time dances in layers. Join us next time on Beyond Origins as we explore not. In every corner of our world, a story is waiting to be told. From the sun-baked sands of Egypt to the misty peaks of Japan, from the heart of the African savanna to the icy realms of the Norse. Today we walk through 20 incredible cultures, each one unique, yet all bound by a common thread, the human spirit. We saw how people love, celebrate, build, and believe. We heard languages old as time, tasted meals shaped by history, and witnessed traditions carved into the soul of civilizations. Though we may dress differently, speak in varied tongues, and pray in different ways, our hearts beat to the same rhythm of life, longing, and legacy. Thank you for joining us on this global voyage. If today reminded you of the beauty in our difference and the power in our shared humanity, then our journey was worth it. This was Beyond Origins. Until next time, keep wondering, keep wandering.